Hello, good people of YouTube, Mountbatten here, and today we're going to be talking about the new temporary key battle mode, which, if you haven't played it yet, I would highly encourage you to do so. It is an incredible amount of fun. It's by far the most radical temporary type of event, except for maybe, well, not, no, actually no, it's so much more major and different than just sub battles too. This is like, wow, this looks like it took a lot of work to make this happen, and I gotta give it to Wargaming. It's a real fun mode. And, well, it doesn't really fit within the theme of World Warships as is right now. It is, of course, being branded as, part of the Halloween event. But, maybe with some reskins and some retheming, this could easily fit into a World War II or early/late 20th century naval combat situation. But anyway, if you haven't played it yet, the match you're seeing up on screen right now should give you a pretty good idea of what's going on. When you boil it down, it's basically Battle Royale with a couple twists here and there. So you start out in the Valkyrie, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's just a ship that I just got handed, or if you have to play a little bit more to get the other ships, because again, I'm still just getting into this. I have the Valkyrie, which is pretty much the Hindenburg with a few major tweaks, like, well, no torpedoes. And you spawn in on one side of this absolutely massive map, and I think this map is somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 8 times larger than a normal battle map, which is huge right in and of there, because this means that they could potentially be testing larger map designs, maybe with more ships involved, although I do think the engine is limited to like 24 players, so maybe they're just testing to see if they can push it a little bit further. But I do believe the battle mode is also only around 16 players as well, but who knows, they could just be in the early stages of testing for this, because these game modes, if you guys don't know, are really just kind of dressed up public tests, like for the submarine event for Halloween a couple years ago, and now lo and behold, submarines are coming out into the game. And just like with the what was it, the filth, whatever, and that kind of had the effect of thunderstorm fronts, and now thunderstorm fronts are in the game. Oh no, actually that was tested in that French operation mode, but other Halloween events have basically been, dressed up tests for new mechanics, and in this one by itself, there's a whole lot of new mechanics being tested here. But anyway, back to what's going on here. You start in some random part of the map, and you have to find a key in order to access the portal that opens up after a certain amount of time. These keys can be obtained by killing these monsters that you can run across, which are freaking crazy, or you can run across other players. And in this game mode, there's no teams, and when you run across another player, you don't have to fight them. You guys can kind of just go your separate ways, or you can invite them to a division, and both of you can try and fight and get out of the area. Or you could, just shoot them and take their Bitcoin or whatever this monetary thing it is we are earning. Anyway, this monetary thing we're earning, I'm just gonna call it Bitcoin from here on out. You can earn it by killing monsters and killing other players, and as you earn more, you can unlock buffs to your ship, just like the arms race mode, except they're a little bit different. There's a couple different ones here that I've run across, some really cool ones too. There's like vampirism, where when you damage enemy ships, it heals your ship back. There's accuracy buffs to your main battery guns, reload buffs, the heal buff is here. The maneuverability buff is here. Damage buff is here as well. And there's some that I'm pretty sure I haven't run across just yet. And as you go through the game mode, the more and more of these buffs you have, the more and more stronger your ship is, and the bigger and bigger things, and, well, more things you can take on as well. And it boils down to, you gotta get one of these keys and get out of the zone. You can exit the zone by obtaining one of these keys and heading to the portal when it opens, which is that big giant thing flying in the sky. You go underneath it, and if you have a key, you get beamed out of the battle, and congratulations, you have won. However, if you have not exited through the portal, you and whoever else is left alive will be transported to the Octagon, where you must fight it out in a free-for-all match with an ever-closing border that, if you're outside the border, just like in every single Battle Royale game right now, you'll take damage, and whoever wins that fight wins. So it's a pretty fun mode. There's a lot more to it than what I just described there. It's just, a very brief description of what it is. But the amount of new mechanics that they're potentially testing here is absolutely crazy. They're testing new ramming mechanics. They're testing mortars, which could be used for, which probably are going to be used for ASW, so things like the Hedgehog and stuff. They're testing healing buffs and other consumables that once activated, it affects fellow team members. And they mentioned that some time ago, having like firefighting being shared amongst a couple of ships. If if one of your friendly ships on fire, you can pull up next to him and help put his fire out. They mentioned that, and that's kind of what's here. I believe we haven't unlocked it yet, but you can see it in the equipment tab if you hover over one of these ships for this event. And they're even testing what looks like secondary mortars, so maybe secondary ASW mortars or rockets or whatever you want to call it. And AP secondaries are making an appearance again. You can fit AP secondaries on your event ship, and again, maybe they're testing this out as bringing AP secondaries back, so where you can choose between AP and HE secondaries. It looks like they're doing it in a module to where you can't switch between it on the fly in battle, which that would be absolutely amazing if you could. So please, Wargaming, if you are considering that, please maybe bring that back, because that sounds pretty cool. There's different ship hulls you can put on too. I'm not sure if that's just testing different setups for the ships, or if that's just like, for the event. Out of all the three new modules, the four modules that you can mess with right now, I do think the hull one is just for the event, but the other three I think are testing out new features and such. So it seems to be pretty cool so far, and most of these features that are being tested are things that I think would improve the game, adding in more variety to the game and more depth. And if they are testing larger matches, that would be cool too. And like I mentioned at the start of this video, this whole mode could very easily be just dressed up and redressed for World War II, or early 20th century or late 20th century naval conflicts. It could be easily dressed up as such. Could be something like maybe a convoy escort, or heck, they could just go with Battle Royale, since World Warships goes more arcadey anyway with its boats, so that could easily work here as well. One thing that is very interesting is the frickin' speed boost consumable. You probably seen me pop it a couple times now. This speed boost consumable makes the ship go 120 knots at its peak. Yeah, 120 knots. I'm not sure if they added that on here just because the map is so big, or if they're testing this out for whatever reason. I don't see why you would need this in the game, and I don't know what naval vessel could go that fast. I mean, hydrofoils go pretty fast, but I don't think they go 120 knots fast, at least not ones from this era, or like even patrol boats too, but still they don't go 120 knots. But yeah, that's something else that's worth noting. But again, I think that's just because the map size, so you do eventually run into players rather than just wandering around at your maximum top speed of like 30-ish knots for 20 or 60 minutes, or however long these matches last. So I think it would be pretty cool if they could find a way to stick this mode in here permanently, because again, this is a very cool and a very fun mode. And again, I do recommend you guys go and try it out, because it's a load of fun. And if they do manage to redress it up for the proper theming of World of Warships and stick it in the game, this would be a huge breath of fresh air into the game, because arms race mode, it's domination basically, or actually standard battle technically, with a bit of a twist thrown in here and there. But this is something that's wildly different for the game, and I've been enjoying playing this much more than actual random battles since the update's gone up. I mean, I've had a blast with this. It's so much fun, and the way the mechanics are about it, it's kind of stress-free. You have unlimited consumables. They all cool down very quickly, and it's just a lot of fun. And I do wish it would stick around maybe for a little while longer, or eventually return as a permanent game mode in the game. But anyway, guys, a lot of the new mechanics that they're testing here are very interesting, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think these are features that are going to eventually be seen in the game? Would you like to see these features in the game, selecting AP or HE secondaries, mortars for ASW, helping your allies out fighting fires, or maybe even repairing their ship with your consumables, things like that, which I personally think would, again, add a lot more into the game and certainly help out with some aspects of teamwork. And even with like the HE spam nowadays, helping your teammates put out their fires would greatly help and cut back in the frustration of constantly being on fire nowadays, especially in higher tier games. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you've been playing any of this key battles mode and what you've been thinking about it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I will be streaming right here on YouTube and at Twitch tonight from 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time until 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time, so please come out and check out the live stream. Hope to see you guys there tonight, and I also hope to catch you guys in the next one.